All right, let's dive in. Today, we're talking about one of the most profound texts ever written, the Bhagavad Gita. You've probably heard of it, but we're going to look at it from a really different angle. This isn't your standard interpretation. It's one that really makes you question everything you thought you knew about duty, who you are, even the nature of reality itself. So yeah, let's get right into it. Okay, just put yourself in this situation for a second. What if your life's purpose, your absolute duty, meant you had to destroy your own family? I mean, actually fight, and maybe even kill the people you love, your mentors, your relatives. It sounds like a nightmare scenario, right? Well, this isn't some abstract thought experiment. This is the exact, paralyzing choice at the very core of the Bhagavad Gita. And this quote, this is from our main guy, Arjuna. Now, you gotta understand, Arjuna is a legend. He's one of the greatest warriors alive. But here, he's completely falling apart. His body is literally shutting down. He's shaking, he can't even hold his weapon. Why? Because the choice in front of him just feels absolutely soul-crushingly impossible. And this is right where the story kicks off. So to really get why he's having this breakdown, you need to understand the scene. We're on a battlefield, but this isn't just any war. This is a full-blown, catastrophic civil war. It's family versus family. I mean, just think about it. Arjuna looks across the battlefield, and he doesn't see an army of faceless enemies. He sees his own grandfather, Bhishma. He sees his teacher, Drona, the man who taught him everything he knows about being a warrior. He sees his cousins, his friends, people he grew up with. It just doesn't get more personal or more tragic than this. So, faced with this, what does he do? He gives up, seriously. He just lays down his famous bow, the Gandiva, and tells his guide Krishna, I can't do this. He's convinced that even if they win, the victory would be meaningless, tainted by the sin of killing his own family. He thinks it'll destroy everything they stand for. And it's right here, at this rock-bottom moment, that his charioteer, Krishna, starts to speak. But here's the thing. Krishna isn't just a charioteer. He's actually God in human form. And his advice, well, it's not what you'd expect at all. He doesn't say, there, it'll be okay. Instead, he just completely flips the entire problem on its head. I mean, listen to this. This is his opening line. Arjuna is in agony, just consumed by grief. And the very first thing Krishna tells him is, basically, you're grieving for people who don't need your grief. Wow, talk about a shock. It's almost cold, right? It's designed to just shatter Arjuna's perspective and tell him, hey, the way you're looking at this is completely wrong. So this is where Krishna drops the first major piece of wisdom. He introduces this idea of the jiva, which is the soul. He says, look, the body you see, that's just temporary. But the soul, the real you, the essence of who someone is, that's eternal. It was never born, and it can never, ever die. It can't be destroyed, it just is. And he uses this really brilliant metaphor to make it easy to understand. Think of the body like a set of clothes. You wear them, they get old and worn out, and what do? You take them off and put on a new set. That's what the soul does with bodies. So death isn't this final, terrible end, it's just a change of outfits. And if you get that, then the whole idea of killing someone, well, it means you're not seeing what a person really is. Okay, so this idea of an eternal soul, that's pretty foundational stuff. But the particular interpretation we're diving into today, which comes from the philosopher Śrī Madhvācārya, takes this whole concept and pushes it even further. It leads to a pretty radical way of looking at identity and your place in the world. Because that's the obvious next question, isn't it? If we're all just eternal souls wearing temporary bodies, then what about all our social roles? What about Arjuna's duty as a warrior? Or the whole caste system? Do any of those things even matter anymore? How does it all fit together? And this is where things get really interesting. See, the common view at the time was that your social role, your varna, was all about who your parents were. It was based on birth. But Madhvācārya says, nope, that's not it at all. He argues your true nature is based on the innate qualities of your soul. Things like tranquility or self-control or courage, these are baked into your soul, not your family line. And this quote right here, this is a total game changer. It's basically saying your birth means nothing. If you're born into what's considered the lowest class, but your soul has the qualities of a scholar, you're calm, you have self-control, then you are a scholar. That's your true nature. It's what's inside you that counts, not who you were born to. All right, so if you accept this new way of seeing yourself, your true nature, the next question is, how am I supposed to live? How should I act? And this leads us right to the central teaching of the Gita, the art of action. And that art is called karma yoga. Krishna tells Arjuna, yes, you have to fight. It's your duty, it's who you are at your core. But, and this is the secret sauce, it's all about how you fight. You have to give it your all, be totally dedicated, but at the same time, you have to completely let go of the results. Victory, defeat, what people think, none of it matters. You just do the thing.
So why is this detachment so important? Well, the teaching says that the real reason we suffer isn't because of what we do. It's because of something called abhimana. Think of it as the ego running wild. It's that attachment, that feeling of, I'm the one doing this. I need this to succeed. I deserve the credit. That little voice, that sense of I am the doer, is the real source of all our pain.
So it really boils down to this 3-step path. Step 1, understand that you are not your body. You're the eternal soul. Step 2, do your duty. Act in a way that aligns with your soul's true nature. And step 3, this is the big one, renounce any and all attachment to what happens next. Just do the work and let go of the fruits of your labor.
Okay, I know what you might be thinking. This all sounds like really ancient, abstract philosophy, but trust me, this stuff is incredibly relevant to our lives today. Let's talk about why this actually matters to you and me right now.
The whole story is set on this epic battlefield, but the real war isn't external, it's internal. The ultimate goal here isn't about winning a kingdom, or in our terms, getting that promotion, winning an argument, or hitting some big goal. The real prize is liberation, freeing yourself from that constant cycle of stress, anxiety, and suffering that's driven by your ego and our attachments. And that leaves us with one last, really deep question to chew on. The Gita says that who we are and what we do is a mix of our innate nature and a bigger divine plan. That our ego screaming, I did this, is basically an illusion. So if you really let go of the idea that you are the doer, what are you actually responsible for? Is it your intention, the effort you put in, your attitude along the way? That's a powerful thought to end on.